این چیه؟
رمانه. یکم ببخشید یکم آرومتر.
بله.
In a world where words are weapons and one word can change reality,
Books like this can be a crime against the truth.
there are stories that seek to break through the boundaries of the page and become reality on the big screen.
رمانا که تفسیر زندگی شخصی ما نیستن که.
چرا نیست؟ خیلی وقتا عین همه.
The book Reading Lolita in Tehran by Azdar Nafisi, describing the power of Iranian women to find freedom through reading literature, moved millions around the world and became an international bestseller.
Let's see if reading Lolita here in Tehran will help us fight back.
These days, it is resurrected in a new film directed by one of Israel's most respected directors, Eran Riklis.
Okay, let's shoot.
Riklis, an Ophir Award winner and the man behind some of the masterpieces of Israeli cinema, such as The Syrian Bride, Lemon Tree, and The Human Resources Manager, is known for his ability to touch on charged issues and provoke cross-border discourse.
It's important not to be afraid and not to shy away from complicated stories.
The story of Iranian women manages to be relevant and touching even in today's explosive reality, which makes Lolita in Tehran one of the most ambitious and intriguing projects of the year.
Being shot in Rome by an Israeli director with Persian actresses spread it all around the world, there is no frontier.
Lolita has a very distinguished international cast. It is led by Golshifteh Farahani, an award-winning Iranian actress who has played in blockbusters such as Pirates of the Caribbean and Extraction. Amir, Cannes Best Actress winner for Holy Spider. Mina Kavani from the film No Bears, and is also accompanied by an Israeli representative, ריטה, who returns to her Iranian roots and plays Nafisi's mother. The new film adaptation has already been screened at many festivals around the world and won 2 major awards at the prestigious Rome Film Festival. Reading Lolita in Tehran was published in 2003 and immediately became an international bestseller, even though it is considered controversial and forbidden to read in Iran. Following the protests in Iran in recent years, the book has received renewed attention, and it serves as an inspiration to Iranian women who seek to demand their rights and express themselves through culture and art. Despite its success, and perhaps because of its political complexity, the book has not yet been made into a film.
I have had experience with people wanting to turn Reading Lolita into a film, and one of my problems was that they tried to make it into this type of American film where you have the good guys and the bad guys and they're fighting against one another.
It isn't simple, is it?
No, it's not. But what is?
In the end, Riklis was chosen to be the one to bring the story to the big screen, perhaps precisely because of his Israeli origin.
An Israeli director telling an Iranian story, strange. But actually then I said, no, it's not strange. It's just a good story. It's an important story and I want to tell it. And I think my aim was to tell a complicated story about the face of women and what it represents, their soul, their history, their life in Iran, but also everywhere in the world.
با خودم میگم من فقط میخوام راحت باشم. بعد از خودم میپرسم اصلا راحت بودن یعنی چی؟ اگه به این زندگی عادت بکنیم چی؟
Reading Lolita in Tehran is the autobiographical story of Azdar Nafisi, a literature professor who returns to Tehran, her hometown, after a period of teaching in the United States.
I know that it makes some of you uncomfortable, but remember, great books are supposed to make you feel uneasy and make you question what you take for granted.
But Nafisi, who comes from an educated and politically involved family, experiences dramatic changes in her life when the Islamic Revolution breaks out in 1979 and her entire world is turned upside down overnight.
March 8, 1979, Ayatollah Khomeini issued a fatwa about mandatory bail.
من اختیار دارم جلوی هر خانومی که بدون حجاب وارد میشه رو بگیرم.
من هر خانومی نیستم، یک خانومم فردیتم، منم استاد این دانشگاه هستم.
One day you wake up in the morning and the state tells you you cannot read this book. Then it tells you you cannot listen to this song. Then it tells you you cannot go to this store because they are against the government.
We would go to parties knowing they might come and arrest us.
I think very quickly it becomes from everyday things that, okay, so I'm not going to read this book, so I'm not going to read this newspaper, but then they put you in jail because you don't follow the rules. They beat you because you don't follow the rules. Then they execute you because you don't follow the rules.
And we see Azaar is struggling. She can't handle it. She cannot live, she cannot teach, she cannot be. She's unseen, as she said.
To cope with the new reality that has been forced upon her, Azar organizes meetings that she initiated with female students who come to her home every week. Together they read Western works of literature that have been banned by the regime.
The forbidden books, the words they're afraid of. Let's see if our own faith in reading can transform the gloomy reality of this revolution.
I think the meetings of these women every week is like a bubble. It's, you feel protected. It's like a womb, I guess. You're protected, but maybe not. Somebody might knock on the door, so there's always this tension that the outside world might come in.
Lolita had nowhere to go, but that isn't true for us. ما همه با هم هستیم.
And it's about bonding. It's about people sitting there for hours talking about their worries, their hopes, their disappointments, their loves.
For 2 hours, 3 hours, they would come to our apartment and they would become themselves.
استاد نفیسی من خیلی به سکس فکر میکنم. فقط منم؟ شما نمیکنین؟
When I met Azar Nafisi for the first time, and we started talking, okay, who's going to play your part? Who's going to be Azar Nafisi? And she said, Angelina Jolie. So I said, okay, no problem, of course.
The character of Azar in the film is played by Golshifteh Farahani, an award-winning Iranian actress whose personal life story touches on her character in the film in many ways.
من میدونم برات سخت خونه و خانواده و کارت و اینا رو همه رو بذاری و بری، ولی ما یه خانواده ایم. در نهایت منم که برای هممون تصمیم میگیرم.
From the beginning, I knew that all the trouble she had when she left, I knew that she would connect. But she actually said to me, no, I don't want to make a film in Farsi. I left Iran and I don't want to go back.
I never acted in any Iranian story for 15 years now. I refused everything. I didn't want to. It was a choice. I had so much difficulty to accept to speak in Farsi and a story about Iran, in Iran. It was like too much. And it was Iran. I know him. I loved him. We worked together in 2015 on Shelter. I knew he's amazing.
And we read the script for 3 hours. And at the end of the session, she was crying.
As if like I was shattered. As if like the pain of leaving and the reason I left, it just hit me.
Golshifteh plucks up courage and decides to join the project, fully understanding that this may bring up difficult memories from her past.
حکومت‌ها میان و میرن. ماییم که میمونیم. من ایران رو دوست دارم.
من هم ایران رو دوست دارم. I never wanted to live anywhere else but Iran. But I acted in this movie with Ridley Scott, and the government really didn't like it at all. I had a lot of political issues and problems, interrogations. Then I left in August 2008 for good, and I never went back since. The night that I left, even in Lolita, I was thinking about it a lot. I mean, it comes to me that moment in the car, going to the airport. I get emotional. It's unbelievable. I said, I'm not gonna get emotional. Man, oh, thank you. That is a very big, thank you. It's one, that's what we need, basically, doing movies like Lolita.
The taste of memories is always something that drives you to tears. The memories you carry with you, whether it's memories from childhood, it's something that you want to cherish and you want to keep within you.
During the course of working together, she realizes that the process is also a form of healing.
And I realized I should open my heart and give it a try to make peace with speaking Farsi. And my goodness, what an experience. اینی داستان دختر چیه؟ اینی که هیچ خاطره‌ای برای به یاد آوردن ندارن. هیچ وقت توی پارک با عشقشون راه نرفتن. هیچ وقت مکالمه پر آتش پای تلفن توی شب نداشتن. کسی رو یواشکی عاشقانه نبوسیدن.
Among the film's extensive international ensemble is also ריטה, who was born in Iran and immigrated with her family to Israel, where she became one of the most popular singers in the country.
אני עליתי מאיראן 9 שנים לפני המהפכה, אז ככה שאני לא חוויתי את הדבר הזה, אבל בגלל שנולדתי שם, בגלל שאני אישה, אני מנסה ככה לדמיין מי הייתי אני אילו הייתי נשארת שמה. לא הייתי יכולה לשיר, לא הייתי יכולה להיות אישה קרייריסטית.
تو مواظب نیستی. زبون لال ممکنه یه روز واقعاً بگیرنتون.
It's funny, when Golshifteh met ריטה for the first time, she said, oh my God, I love your songs. And ריטה said, you know my songs? She said, of course I know your songs. They're on YouTube. So, you know, it's a small world. Very quickly, ריטה became part of the team and was part of this story. And I think for me, for Israel specifically, it's very exciting to have her.
Riklis, most of whose films are international co-productions, is used to working in collaboration with international teams and stars, like Ben Kingsley in his latest film, Spider in the Web. But this was the first time Riklis shot an entire film in Italy, using cities and landscapes that give a sense of Tehran. All of this requires collaboration with first-rate technical teams who created a spectacular, authentic world.
Who could think that Rome can be somehow Tehran? No man.
As a director, I drove my team crazy, you know, the costume designer, the production designer, the whole team.
7 glasses of hot tea, that's all.
Because I said we cannot fall with details. We cannot have somebody in the audience sort of say, hey, that extra in the background is wearing a t-shirt that didn't exist in Iran in the 80s.
אנחנו נמצאים כרגע בשדה תעופה, הפכו את כל השדה תעופה לכל מיני דברים מפחידים של חומייני ותחילת המהפכה.
No, it's not so.
Making sure everything that's written, graffiti, signs, costumes, cars, everything. You know, every sign on the street is precise and accurate. We always look for things that are wrong in movies. I think it'd be hard to find something like that here.
There's something about art that is a cultural bridge and crosses nationalities and prejudice, and thus a connection is possible that surpasses all imagination in today's political reality when an Israeli director and an Iranian team collaborate.
Working with the Israeli director was like, again, another page being added to my big dossier in the courts of the Islamic Republic. I just realized that if I am afraid of that, then I cannot expect the world to go towards peace. We are artists. We are the one that should inspire and live that freedom.
The human connection of the team behind the camera also existed between the actors on the set. All the cast members are Iranian expatriates who know the story well and have experienced firsthand the difficult reality that the film depicts.
You know, I spent 2 years casting this movie, and I actually insisted on casting only Iranian actresses, nobody else. Because I knew that if I get it right in terms of these 7 women who are sitting in this house every week, if I get that right, everything will work.
We got together and we celebrated our pain, us missing our parents, our culture, our Iran. The love of these girls literally took me out of my hole slowly like this, and I fell into their arms.
من تو زندگیم تا حالا نرقصیدم.
Then this is your chance. From the very first minutes, we started to have WhatsApp groups.
It's very beautiful that Iran, he gathering up 7 different girls. We are so much different, but at the same time, we are all connected. Not only our character, we are connected, but also the actresses, we are connected.
We became this inseparable force of unity. We are all shattered and spread all over the world, one from New York, London, Switzerland, Paris. But we are all united in Rome with the Israeli director. Art has no frontier.
With the connecting human message and the belief that they've made a unique and important project, the team of Lolita arrives at film festivals around the world and receives a lot of attention from the press and warm and emotional responses.
Iran had a vision. In the very beginning, he told me, I just see this image of me and all these girls from Iran walking on the red carpet.
My normal intuition is to say, who cares about red carpets? Well, it's not real life. You're there with the flashes and the cameras. And yet, it's a small victory. It's the fact that you took a story and you brought it to mainstream global cinema. There's something very powerful about that.
هیچ کس غیر از تو نمیتونه داستان رو تعریف کنه.
We won 2 awards in Rome, and one of them was the Audience Choice Award, which for me is always the most important award because it means the public loves the movie. It means what we all want. You know, we want people to go to the cinema.
People, they want to know more. And the cinema is always like a window to different cultures. This is one of those movies that's gonna stay with you for a long time.
Reading Lolita in Tehran symbolizes more than anything the power and importance of art to express complex social and political issues, but also human relationships that are more relevant today than ever. It's a story about intimacy, friendship and emotional bonds, loyalty and betrayal. A unique collaboration of an extraordinary story, an impressive cast, and a strong belief that the film will reach a wide audience and will touch their hearts.
We're not doing politics, we're doing cinema. And I hope that this movie, going so far, becoming unforgettable movie in the history of cinema.
هنوز 35 سالمه. هنوز نمیدونم عشق چیه.
This movie, I think, at the end of the day, beyond everything it tells, says that the fight continues. Here we're looking at a fight that started in the 80s and 90s. It's continuing now. And there are enough good people in this world who understand that you have to continue this fight to maintain your freedom, your sanity, and your hope.
Right now, the way I feel about Iranian women is a sense of pride. They stood in the face of this regime and said, you don't own me. You are not going to tell me how to be, how to look, how to act, how to feel.
We are living a very historic moment, I think, for freedom and life of women. And finally, after 43, 44 years, I can say, I would never say that I am hopeful.
I think the most emotional thing I heard is from Iranians who told me, you told our story. And that's something very moving to hear, you know, that I could tell their story and I could also use their story to tell our story. On one hand, it's a specific personal story, and yet it's everywhere. It's a world that is facing a crisis. And we are all surrounded by borders that are tough ones, are physical, mental, emotional, and we have to cross them.
Two and three. Wow.